Welcome to another episode of Foster's Bees. This was a board that I had put over the side of the hive to try to give it a little more shade, but it looks like either the horses or the weather or both were able to get it out of there, and it did not stay where I intended it to. It appears the hive stand has been shifted or moved a little bit here too. Anyway, we'll chalk that one up to something that wasn't working. So if you'll recall from a previous episode, a couple weeks ago I added a second brood box with foundationless frames, and a week ago I checked on them to see how they were drawing out those foundationless frames, and they seem to be doing quite well. I had used some paint stirrer sticks that I had gotten for free from Ace Hardware, and used those, split them down the middle, and used those as comb guides to give the bees a starter strip of some sort to start building their comb on, in an effort to help prevent them from just building willy-nilly all over the place. And it seemed to do a reasonably good job. I was pleased with how that worked. We'll see today if it has continued to work as well as I initially thought. Let's have a look, see what's going on inside the hive. One of the first things I'm noticing off the bat today is I don't have nearly the same amount of burr comb attaching the inner cover to the underlying frames. There's a little bit right here and a little bit right here, which I'll go ahead and remove right now. Well, let's take a look, see what's going on. So this is the east side of the hive. No comb yet on that. Set that down there. See, they're drawing out this comb. This piece on the end here has a bit of a twist to it. Go ahead and try and straighten that out just a little bit with my fingers. Other than that, they seem to be doing a pretty good job. So what's interesting on this frame, these cells appear a little bit larger, which makes me think that they are drone comb. But I don't see any eggs or larvae in them yet. We have some capped worker brood right in here. Again, corresponding drone comb here. There's my queen, right there. Lots of worker brood. This comb again looks a lot bigger. This is very much as expected. Lots of uncapped and capped honey on this frame. And once again, it appears they've ignored this frame for drawing out comb on it. I'm going to try to clean up this wax. Just by looking at the next two frames, it also appears that they are essentially ignored so far. I do see earwigs again inside the grooves, and I'm going to leave those there for now. So I have four undrawn frames in this top brood box. These two frames, they're drawing out quite nicely. This one, they're starting. Both of these two frames have, I'm guessing, about say 40% drone comb on them, and I will just leave that for now. I'm going to let them build their drone comb, and we'll see how they do once they get the frames drawn out a little bit better. You can always take out the drone comb one by one, melt it down if we need to. This they've got a little further drawn out, it appears. This side's looking better. I'm seeing a number of bees that have pollen in their pollen pockets, or corbicula, I think is the correct term for that. Now this looks a lot more like worker brood. And this is one of the new frames that I introduced that was foundationless. Quite a bit of pollen being stored here. That's a good sign. Now I can see some eggs in some of these cells. I would still venture to say this is worker brood. The queen has been here. Again, this frame, they're ignoring it. Go ahead and clean off some of this honeycomb here. And they're not doing much with this honeycomb either. I think I'll just leave these frames the way they are. Gives the bees a little bit more space or room to grow into if they need to or want to. Again, a little bit of wax, a little bit of comb drawn there. Some on this side, not a whole lot. My guess is that once they start getting a little more crowded, they'll start taking a bit more interest in cleaning out some of this comb. It's interesting, over here, right in here and in here, I don't know if you can see, but there are earwigs head first into those cells. Try to make sure that the frames are centered in the hive body with even space on each side of the end frames. So another episode of Foster's Bees comes to a close. Thanks for joining me, and click like and subscribe if you wish to be notified of any upcoming episodes. And I appreciate your interest. Feel free to leave any comments in the comment section below if you wish, or questions, and I appreciate your feedback. Thanks a lot.